Okay, y'all. So today I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and a specialty that I have. I am actually a senior real estate specialist and a certified senior housing professional. What does that mean? Okay, so the reason I'm bringing this up is because we are seeing this a lot in our industry where older individuals are starting the process of downsizing. You might be doing it for yourself, you might be doing it for a family member. And there are some really important things I want to point out and why it's so important to make sure, as the individual or as the family member helping, you have the right path in front of you to make this as easy as possible. So, yes, I'm a realtor. Yes, I help people buy and sell homes of all ages. But one thing about me is I do a lot with our senior generation. Why? Because I feel like they're underserved and I feel like they get taken advantage of a lot. So I'm going to break down just a couple of things that you need to look for if you are in the process or if you're helping somebody in the process. Because let me say this, in Texas, anybody can be a realtor. And in Texas, when you're a realtor and you're licensed, you literally have carte blanche to do whatever you want. You can do commercial, you can do land, you can do anything. So you can do luxury, you can do ranches, but it is always important to find somebody who has experience in the field that you're looking for and somebody who has actually done this. So, first and foremost, I understand the emotional side of downsizing. Okay, so this isn't just a normal real estate transaction. It's a major life shift. I approach it with patience, with empathy, and the guidance that I can give the family and the individual. Again, this is usually a longer process, and I do understand the complexities of it. There's no pushiness here. Sometimes there's a little bit of a prod because things do have to move along, but it's done with love. Second, I help my clients and their families prioritize what matters most. Is it getting closer to your grandkids? Is it something where you need less maintenance? Do you need somebody to help monitor medical situations? Do you need to be in a place where you have engagement? Because maybe you're sitting at home alone and that's never healthy. So when we start the process, we're going to sit down and discuss what is most important to you. What is your ultimate goal? Also, I help manage the overwhelming logistics because let's be honest here. When you're moving, most people that I work with are moving homes that they've lived in for 40 plus years. There's a lot of stuff. So what I can bring to the table is I can actually plug my people in with awesome vetted resources that can help them with packing, with the actual estate sales. And let me clear this up. An estate sale does not mean somebody's passed away. It just means you're selling the stuff in your estate. And let me also point this out. You can keep things in your estate because typically when people are moving, they're downsizing to a smaller property. So they're going to have to get rid of some things. So what I do is I can connect them with the estate sale companies. I can connect them with the senior specialist movers because they are different than your average moving company. And then when we help them find a place, or if they've already found a community or a home they want to move in, or they're moving in with a family member, I help coordinate all this. Having these resources in my back pocket allows me to kind of be the front man, the organizer of this, so I can keep all parties in line while we're trying to hit usually what is considered a pretty time-consuming process and a strict timeline. I protect your equity. So I don't want my clients leaving money on the table. And what I find with a lot of seniors is they are being poached by these investment companies. These investors who go in and say, oh, your house isn't worth anything because you have wallpaper or you have carpet. So they're offering them just pennies on the dollar. And they're actually convincing these people that their homes aren't worth anything. So when I go in, I'm going to look at this home and I'm going to give them honest and upfront feedback of what their home could actually sell on the market. I'm going to help them get their home ready. If that comes to me bringing my power washer in, having the maid come in, having the carpet shampooed, gonna do what I need to do to make this home stand out against the competition because I do want my families to walk away with the most money in their pocket. Also, I'm going to market to the right buyer. So when I get a house on the market, many times these are going to be larger homes. And these larger homes are in established neighborhoods where where things are changing, where we're starting to see a shift of the older families moving out and newer families moving in. So when we market this home, we're going to market it to the right demographics, I could say, like families who might want a 4,000 square foot home and 5 bedrooms, which isn't going to be ideal for our normal retiree who has one person and doesn't need 5 bedrooms. So I don't just throw it on the MLS. I market these homes strategically. Again, it's helping my clients get the most equity for their home. So the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize double moves and financial stress. I help my clients come up with a timeline, and this timeline is something that I project manage to make sure that we're hitting the move out dates, the move in dates, getting their home on the market quickly as soon as they've moved out of this home so that we can sell it. Because nobody wants to move twice. Nobody wants that financial stress of carrying an empty home. Lastly, I have a track record of success. I've helped dozens of families downsize smoothly on their terms, on their timeline, working with all parties. And I think truly the most important aspect of this is the communication. Sometimes it's smooth sailing. Sometimes it's a tense situation between the families. My job is to just be a neutral party, but to support everybody. And I think that's been the best compliment that I've ever gotten from my clients is I've made this stress-free or as stress-free as possible because that's my goal. I want to get people moved on to the next phase of their life so they can enjoy themselves and not stress about the real estate side. And then also, I am certified to do this. So there is a credential through the National Association of Realtors called a Senior Real Estate Specialist designation. Anybody can get this designation. It's a couple days in a class. It does teach a good foundation of what's needed, and it shows people that are willing to take that extra step to help this demographic. But what I did is I actually took that next step and I got my Certified Senior Housing Professional designation. This is a long-term certified course. It takes 6 months to a year. And what that shows is that I was willing to take that extra step to figure out what I needed to do to be the very, very, very best senior downsizing professional in the Houston area. You're not just a transaction to me. Your family is not a transaction to me. I am here to help your family downsize. And I'm all in. I'm always all in to help my clients because, again, I know this can be a very stressful process. So there it is. That's a little bit about me. If you have a family member that's in the process of downsizing, please don't just reach out to any realtor you find on HAR or the MLS. Make sure you're searching out somebody who is actually a specialist in helping you and your loved one make the transition.